the home of the fireworks celebration. So before we go any further though, we do want to thank Bruce and Harold for stepping up at the last minute and hosting this event here. We will get the white elephant out of the room. Unfortunately, this event was always held at Township Hall for the past at least 5 to 6 years that I've known it. We always felt it was an honor to have people take pride in their community and take pride in what they did for this community. The businesses, the churches, the band, the football team, the different Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, whatever it was. They worked so hard to be a part of that parade and to be a part of this community. However, because we took a stand as a committee and didn't welcome a trustee to the stage at the fireworks event, we were told that we couldn't hold that at Township Hall, that it had to be here. We would like to recognize, however, Christy Santos is representing Rob Santos, one of our trustees, and for being here. I think that says a lot, and let's give her a round of applause. Once again, thanks to Bruce and thanks to Harold for hosting this. We're so glad to have you guys here and allowing us to be here. You guys play a big part in our 4th of July celebration, from donating the bounces to the things that you help behind the scenes and be a part of this community. One thing I got to say about Bruce, win, lose, or draw, he's always been a part of this. He's always stood up and always been a part of it. So he's my right-hand man. Sometimes I feel like I'm his left because I throw monkey wrenches and things all the time, and he keeps me on the straight and narrow. So thank you for doing that. We've got some check presentations. We're going to accept some checks, and we're going to give away some awards, though, because that's what we're really here for. So first, we're going to allow Bruce to talk about the parade and the great events of the parade, and once again, the granddaddy of them all. It's the biggest parade in the Mahoning Valley when it comes to parades, the Austintown 4th of July parade. Bruce?
Yes, thank you, Jim. Thanks everyone for coming. To ditto what Jim said, we appreciate all of you. Greenford Christian, Highway Tabernacle, Pastor Ryan, Pastor Gary, and the boss, Valerie, who really runs that church and helps me with the parade. They're so important to the parade, and what they do and the donations and their water and hot dogs, it's great faith, and we appreciate everyone. Westside Tire, I say this every year. So this is Lady Joanna Parker at Westside Tire. I swear to you, it's January 3rd. And she's blowing up my phone. Hey, you know the theme yet? Joanna, New Year's just went by. No, we haven't even met yet. So Joanna's notorious for at least placing, if not winning, almost every year in our parade. They do a heck of a float. And they spend the money, and it's not about the money. It's about bringing their team together, like your churches and your other businesses that participate. It's about bringing the crew together and building something special and participating in such a great community event that I've been doing for over 6 years now. So, Mr. Cooley, 9 years. Oh, see, time flies. So I'll get on with it. So what we do is we give out a first, second, and third place float. So first place this year will receive a $250 check and a first place plaque. So this year we have somebody new, and I'd like to welcome Mark Pemberton from Greenford Christian Church.
I feel like this is the second elephant in the room right now.
And Mr. Cooley, our treasurer, thank you, sir, for providing us with the check. Oh, sorry.
Mr. Cooley.
$250. Maybe build a bigger, better float next year. Thank you. We get a picture. So for our Facebook page and. 1, 2, 3. You want to go again? Mr. Cooley? Yeah. Let's just everybody. Bring in the check with you. Bring them all. So this year, West West Side Tire took second place. We have a plaque for Joanna and West Side Tire. Thank you for participating. Lisa.
Lisa's one of the owners.
1, 2, 3.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Joanna uses her check every year to pay the cleaning lady to wipe off all the trophies.
And a newcomer, not to the parade, however, to the awards ceremony, is Pastor Ryan from Highway Tabernacle. Once again, thank you for everything they do. We could not do it without them. Thank you.
1, 2, 3. Thanks, guys.
So we hope to see you all next year. Hopefully we continue this event and the fireworks event as well as the parade. And I appreciate all of you for coming today. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.
For those of you that don't know, next year's parade will be on the 4th of July at 12 o'clock. People ask every year, I'm like, what time is the parade? I'm like, it's always been that, it's always been on the 4th.
What's the theme?
We're working on it.
West Side Tire Gym will be in business 45 years next year. That's something to consider. You know what
We're
I'm saying?
always looking for grand marshals and people that have been around a long time. We were actually pleased this year. For those of you that don't know who our grand marshal was, it was Ron Latone of Superior Auto Body. Superior Auto Body was open for 50 years. And actually this year was their 52nd year. So the reason we recognized them on their 52nd year though was because in 2020 we didn't have a parade. And then in 2021, we didn't have a grand marshal because we had to put the parade together literally in a matter of about 5 to 6 weeks. So we honored Superior Auto Body. So we are always looking for grand marshals. So you never know, you may be getting a phone call. So the fireworks event, for those of you that don't know, 9 years ago, some kid with a crazy idea came up with the idea of bringing fireworks back to the Austintown community. I always believed in, you could be a talker or you could be a doer. And, a lot of people talked about fireworks and what it meant to them. I know what it meant to me in my summers. And that was what I looked forward to every summer was fireworks in Austintown. And unfortunately, we didn't have it for 7 years. So after that 7-year lull, I got this crazy idea I was going to do it, and we brought it back. And it's grown year after year after year. We wouldn't be anywhere, and even though they don't sponsor the event anymore, I always thank them because they were our first major sponsor, and that's Ed and Diane Reese. If they didn't believe in us 9 years ago, these fireworks wouldn't be here today. So I always want to thank Ed and Diane for stepping up and being a part of that with Briarfield Healthcare. Also, Hollywood Gaming. In 2013, before they were even in business, they made their first donation to the Austintown Fireworks, and now the fireworks are actually named at the Austintown Fireworks Celebration, sponsored by Hollywood Gaming. So here's the crazy thing though. Hollywood Gaming donates $7,500 every year to be a part of that and have those naming rights. However, what some of you may not know and what a lot of the community doesn't know is that the concessionaires that take part in our 4th of July event donate 25% of their sales that night back to the fireworks organization so that we can put this on. We are blessed to have the Cinnamon Roll King himself and the Cinnamon Roll Queen living in our community. They're not from Canfield, they're not from Boardman, they're not from Palm, they're from Austintown, and they have been for over 50 years. And Jim Molnar was actually one of our grand marshals several years ago, and we honored him on his 50th anniversary of business in the Austintown community. But they have been giving back to this 4th of July event every year over and over and over again. And they don't ask for signage, they don't ask for any notoriety, but we feel we need to give it to them. Because this year they're going to present us a check for $6,100 and some change. So, there are no amount of words that that we could say to thank Jim and Faith and their staff for what they do. Jim also helps round up all the other concessionaires. He's got a great rapport with the other concessionaires and always provides us a good lineup of food and makes sure that everybody goes home with at least something in their stomach. But we want to thank you very much because it means a lot to us, and without you, this event does not take place. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. The other part of the fireworks celebration, as we always believed as well, is AGE. That's the 501c3 nonprofit that puts this on. Austintown Generational Enrichment Corporation. It was the nonprofit that was started to help start our senior center so that our senior center was able to be funded. And that's how we started the senior center before we actually passed the tax levy for that. We always believe in giving back to the community. So in order to do that, we've partnered with the Austintown Local School District. We always pick either somebody from athletics, academics, or arts. And we bring them, and that's who we choose year after year, and we rotate it so that somebody gets a donation. So instead of collecting for fireworks on the way in, we always put either the cheerleaders, the speech and debate team out there. We've had the soccer team, I think, out there. We've had so many different organizations. And this year, we invited Coach Parker and his team to be a part of it. And I'm happy to say that we have raised $1,138, a hotel key card, and a crop. Right on the football team. Yeah, that was all in the bucket.
That was the order for me all the time. Whatever comes in the donation bucket goes to.
I'll take the check, give Cam the crop.
Okay, so the one thing that was wrapped in 2 5s is a hotel key.
Yeah.
And then with a $20 bill in the thing, it's a tiny. I don't know how they got it through the slot in the top of that lid, but it goes through. So there's whatever that is.
Coach Parker has 4 kids. He needs those shoes. If you could give him his hair, that would really be great.
But there was $1,137.18.
Thank you guys very much.
So the total is
Model. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
good job.
Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't thank our committee. Of course, Ken Cooley, our treasurer. I talk about Bruce sometimes keeping me in line. Ken keeps us all in line. I think if the government had Ken Cooley doing the books, we'd be out of debt. This country would be on the right path because Ken keeps everything down on the penny. He does a great job, and we would be lost without him. So Ken, thank you. Janet Polish, she represents the Austintown Local Schools. She's had a lot going on the past 3 weeks, for those of you that know Janet, yet she was still there and still a part of the fireworks celebration to help make sure we had all the food out, and still attended all of our meetings, and still was on the phone with me right up to the very end, so we want to thank Janet. Mark Cole, Mark was not able to be with us at the fireworks this year, obviously because of his accident. I will tell you, Mark is on the mend and getting better every day, and is, of course, if anybody that knows Mark, Mark loves people. He's a people person, and he loves the 4th of July, and it killed him not to be there, but he is promising us he will be there next year. So as I'm sure you as well, as much as I am, are going to be very happy to see Mark Cole again at next year's fireworks. Mark was in a very serious motorcycle accident. So but we look forward to having him there. Todd Schaefer from our Parks Department. Without Todd, that event doesn't happen because Todd is out there helping me put things up, helping me put up barrels. Trustee Santos was out there helping put up barrels the night before. Bruce Shepis is out there helping put up barrels and put up fencing. And of course, Jason Tavola. He's kind of the man behind the scenes for the plaza. He does a phenomenal job. So thank you to Jason from the Austintown Plaza. And then of course, Bruce Shepis, our chairman of the parade.
Fire and Mark Scout.
You're right, I would be remiss if I didn't thank them. Our fire department and police department, Lieutenant Mark Scour making sure everybody is safe, and of course our fire department making sure that if we have any emergencies, they're there to respond. So thank you to those guys in our safety services. I will say our township trustees, they do allow them to be a part of the event, so we will thank them because of that. So thank you for allowing them to be a part of the event. They do have to authorize the overtime for them to be there, and they did do that, so we will give them recognition for that. So thank you for that.
Jason Tavola.
I did thank Jason. Thank Jason. He's third arm promotions, the man behind the scenes from the plazas. I think we got everybody, but thank you guys for coming. Thank you for switching plans and being here at last minute notice. And we look forward to seeing everybody next year. July 2nd for the fireworks. It's a Sunday. It's always the Sunday before the 4th. I was everybody's hero this year because they didn't have to go to work on the 4th. And I'll be everybody's zero next year because they got to go to work on Monday. But they'll be off on Tuesday for the 4th of July. So, and then of course, Bruce will see you at 10 o'clock between 10 and 10:30 at Highway Tabernacle. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh.
Joyce Bowman.
Yes, I would have kicked myself. Joyce Pogany. Joyce put on a beautiful ceremony. Dave Capizzulo was our keynote speaker this year. He spoke at the Austin Log Cabin. So thank you to Dave for coming out and speaking to all of us at the Austin Log Cabin. And thank you to Joyce Pogany for putting on another great flag raising ceremony with the Austintown Historical Society. So I think we got everybody.
We did.
We'll see everybody next year on July 2nd and then July 4th. Thanks, guys.